So what you saying is, from the child, he never done no wrong. No, the child get judged according to his spirit. That's why he get placed back on earth, but he can't be judged. Because the scripture also, Ecclesiastes, I think there's 7, when they say, even the wicked seeds of trouble. That Job, even the wicked seeds of trouble, meaning that you don't get judged when you go into the spirit realm. You get judged when you come back on earth. So if that child that you're talking about got killed or got hit by a stray bullet, it was the judgment that the Lord had placed upon that child. It's not the flesh, it's the spirit. That spirit was wicked within that child. You know? So you just can't look at that child like, oh, it's a cute little baby. Nah, it's the spirit of that baby.
So it's Catholics wrong for going to increase.
Yeah.
So are they favoring themselves to be mediator? They wrong.
They're wrong because when you go to the Catholic, like that Pope, the popes, they got this milk, like they descended from the Apostle Peter. Because when you look at that statue in the Vatican, it's supposed to be Peter. It really goes back to the idol Jupiter. And Jupiter is the defender of strangers when you go into the Maccabees. See, this is the misconception that people have with Yahawashi. Because matter of fact, it's Psalm 2 and 8. Because when people try to cross out Yahawashi, you got to understand Yahawashi was always present. Right. So get Psalms 2 and 7, and another brother get Proverbs 8 and 23. And this is in the Old Testament. You see, people make it seem like Yahawashi made his first appearance in the New Testament. Yahawashi was always there. And when I get Proverbs 8 and 23, you get Psalms 2 and 7. All right, now read that Psalms 2 and 7. And now he's gonna read it, and I'm gonna ask you who he's talking about. Go ahead.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 7. I would declare the decree. Yep. The Lord Yahawashi hath said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee.
Read it verbatim.
Psalm chapter 2, verse 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee.
So who is this talking about? He said, Thou art my son. Who is that referring to? This day have I begotten thee. Who is he talking to? So if the Lord is making a decree that he brought forth his son, that doesn't mean his son is putting himself before the Lord. Yahawashi, because you got to understand, if you own a business, once you get up in age, who you gonna pass your business to? Okay, so the Most High, exactly. So the Most High created existence. So who we gonna pass existence to? Okay, read that. Keep reading.
Verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Because if you got a business and you got 5,000 employees, all right, when you pass that to your son, what does he inherit? 5,000 employees.
And
all right.
Debt.
Hey, ain't no debt.
Payroll.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So the Lord is passing down everything to Yahawashi. All right. That's why he said, "Ask of me, and I will give you the heathen," because the heathen belong to who? To the Most High. The Most High he's the owner of everything. He's the king of existence. So he put Yahawashi, all right, as the king of existence. Because the only thing that's over Yahawashi is the Most High.
What is religion?
Religios goes back to the Latin. The religion goes back to the Latin word religios. All right, which means control of the mind or restraint. All right, constrain, to hold back. That's why you have all these religions and domination, and it's to hold you back. That's why you have the hell doctrine. All right, it's to keep the masses in fear. Because if you in fear that you're gonna go somewhere and burn for eternity, you're gonna listen to the higher ups, no matter what they say. Because you don't want to go to hell and burn for eternity.
Boom. So in the beginning, let us make man.
What's
it's the higher ups. Let us.
Let's talk about when you go into that word God in Genesis, it goes alahayim in the Hebrew, which means gods, all right, or powers. All right, we're talking about the angel, you know, and Yahawashi the chief angel. Yeah.
God just means power.
Yeah.
And it's more than it's a Godhead. You see what I'm saying?
I call it business. So it's a board.
It's a Godhead. You got the Heavenly Father, you got the Son, right? Then you got his elected angels. That's what it's talking about in the beginning. It's saying let us.
Matter of fact, it's going to explain in Proverbs 8:23.
This Proverbs 8 and 23.
Yep.
I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was.
So he said, I was set up from everlasting in the beginning, before the earth was. Who is that speaking of? Okay, go ahead.
When there was no depths, I was brought forth.
When there was no depths, I was brought forth. Go ahead.
When there were no fountains abounding with water, before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth.
Before the hills was I brought forth. Go ahead.
While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world.
Yep, go ahead.
When he prepared the heavens, I was there.
And so when he prepared the heavens, I was there. So you got to think, when you look at this infrastructure, what you see, all this had to be measured. Everything had to be measured. The street corner, the bridge, the rebar, you know, that goes into this concrete, all these things had to be measured off. And that's what's going into the scripture. Before the Most High even set the measurement to create everything, Yahawashi was there. You see? Yeah, because Jesus is just an English transliteration of the Greek word iasis. Really, Jesus is made a word. It doesn't mean anything.
So what vernacular are these truths coming from?
Well,
what language are these truths that y'all believe?
The Hebrew, the original tongue. The tongues of the heaven, Hebrew. You know, the first language. You know, the original language was the Hebrew. Yep. The Paleo Hebrew. Lashawan Kadash.
So is they the same as the Torah?
The Torah really, the Torah was originally written in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Everything was written in Hebrew. When whom the world entered called Jesus Christ, when he was on the scene, he was in Judea. All right, when he was conversing, all right, with the disciples, when he was preaching, all that was in Hebrew. All that was in Hebrew. He didn't speak no other language. Matter of fact, in that Acts,
Acts 26.
So finish this.
Says, when he set a compass upon the face of the depths, when he established the clouds above, when he straightened the fountains of the deep,
Go ahead.
when he gave to the sea his decree
Go ahead.
that the waters should not pass his commandment,
Go ahead.
when he appointed the foundations of the earth, then I was by him as one brought up with him.
So Yahawashi was always there, you know, with the Most High. There was a time period when it was just the Most High and Yahawashi. Then Yahawashi created everything else, you know, from the blueprint that was given to him for the Father. The Most High measured, all right, what he had to work with. And Yahawashi was the former, all right, that brought things forth.
Listening.
You know? So let's get that X and let's see what language.
It's just something I'm finna ask y'all that ain't no need to expedite.
All right, so because what language, you know, did the Messiah speak? You know, let's see. Let's go. Let's go.
Like they say, he did walk the earth.
You didn't do that. That's right. That ain't question.
Let's go.
The book of Acts, chapter 26, starting at verse 12. Whereupon, as I went to Damascus with authority and commission from the chief priest.
So this is the Apostle Paul giving a testimony, all right, I believe it's to Felix, to Felix, all right, which was a Roman governor. Go ahead.
It says, verse 13, at midday, O king, I saw in the way a light from heaven, above the brightness of the sun, shining round about me, and them which journeyed with me.
Go ahead.
And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue.
Hey, so that voice was Yahawashi, and it was speaking in the what tongue?
In the Hebrew tongue.
The Hebrew tongue. So that let you know what language the Messiah spoke. You know, they spoke in Hebrew.
And to back you up too, not the Lord say he the same today, yesterday, and forever. So if he spoke Hebrew then, he's not speaking Hebrew now.
So we being on the same boat. How did it come? Were the Jews put into servitude by Egypt, by Pharaoh, because he needed their work, or because they were literally paying the debt off to the crystal knowledge of what the Egyptians had already had?
No. What happened was, you know, you get the account in Exodus. I think it's Exodus, first chapter, starting like matter of fact, Exodus 1:1. Because you have to understand, Jews, see, there's another thing, it's a misconception when you hear the word Jews, you think you're talking about all of Israel. They just talk about one section of the tribes of Israel, all right? Jew is short for Judah, all right? Now, Judah is one tribe, but also in the kingdom of Judah is 3 tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, all right? The whole nation of Israel was in captivity under the Egyptians. It was Israelites in captivity. It wasn't just the Jews, you know? And it was made their way for the Lord to show his power. Matter of fact, here Romans 9, and we're gonna start at 14. See, the Lord, you got to understand, this is what's been coming out lately. We living in the Most High movement. And the Most High is all about drama. He's all about climax. You know, the action. Because when word theos, what does it goes back to? God. You know, theater. You know? So the Most High is all about a story. When you listen to these rappers today, who the best storyteller people on the earth? A blues song, a rapper, they telling the story. It's a theater. This is the Most High story, and he creates scenarios where he can show his power. You know, so he can get his glory, so he can get his fear in the earth. You know.
So I'm gonna say we're living out his script.
Yep.
That's why I call scriptures. I'm gonna say that's why I call scripture goes back to the script.
Now this,
the whole thing about the scriptures, though, not to cut you off, is what is your position in the scriptures? You know, every nation on the face of the earth has a position in the scriptures. You see, the main two characters in the scriptures is Jacob and Esau.
That's what I was going to ask about. Jacob in the chariot. Was it Jacob in the chariot? It's from Tubal. And then who's that? Jacob? The burning the wheel. Or been, you know, he's in the fire of the chariot.
Somebody lied.
That's
The chairs on both sides.
Elijah.
Yeah. Let's get that exit.
That's what I want.
This exit, then we'll get that Romans. You know? Because the Lord set all these things up to show his power. The reason why we in this lower state, for the Lord to show his power. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Started off chapter 1, verse 1.
Yeah.
Come. It's Exodus chapter 1, verse 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob.
So you got to understand, the Lord set it up where the nation, all right, will be birthed, all right, in captivity, you know, because Joseph, all right, was second in command under the Pharaoh Ramses. You know? So what happened was there's a famine in the land, and Jacob and the rest of his sons had to come to Egypt, all right, to get some grain, all right, to get food. But what happened was Joseph, you know, allowed his whole family to be moved into Egypt, you know? So that's where we started reproducing and becoming a nation. We went from 70 souls to that great nation that was saved, that was delivered out of Egypt. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2, Reuben, Simeon.
Yep, and look, this is what he's going to. Go ahead.
Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher, and all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls. For Joseph was in Egypt already.
Yep.
And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation.
Yep.
And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them.
Hey, so we started populating, all right, within Egypt, you know, because you got to understand we was in a good situation because Joseph was second in command, so you know our people, you know, they were set up, they had their own lands, you know, they was able to be fruitful and multiply as the Lord had commanded, you know, and they became mighty, you know, go ahead.
Now there arose up a new king over Egypt.
Yep, a new king over Egypt, new Pharaoh, go ahead.
Which knew not Joseph.
Knew not Joseph, you know, because Joseph had a good relationship with the former Pharaoh. You know, but with this Pharaoh, he didn't know nothing about Joseph. He didn't give a damn about Joseph. He was just seeing these people constantly multiplying. And they were mighty. You know how Jake is, man. You know, everybody intimidated by the people on this side, man. You know? So automatically they clinch up. And that's what happened with Pharaoh, man. You know, the Pharaoh that came after Ramses, man. Go ahead, bro.
And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
Go ahead.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply.
Go ahead. So they were conspiring, all right, on what? How to stop us from growing as a nation, man. Same thing, same position we in today, man. Go ahead, bro.
And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
Yeah, go ahead.
And fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
Go ahead.
Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them.
This is where their captivity started. Those taskmasters set over them to afflict them.
Small bosses.
Yeah, exactly. You know, go ahead.
To afflict them with their burdens.
Yep.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities. When you look at those treasure cities, those pyramids,